Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's weird.
And this doesn't have anything to do with it, huh?
No.
Because she called and she said, make sure you check that and this.
Yeah, yeah,
that's all.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
Oh, good. There you go. They can, yeah. Yeah, I just reloaded everybody, so excellent, yeah. Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Here I am. I don't know what that was all about. Everything looked good my end. Anyway, sometimes that's what you do. You just reload. So welcome. And what I was saying, which may or may not have been recorded, is I know you were all treated last week with the presentation on Safety Engine Lock number 2 with Ale Palmer. And I looked at it myself. It was wonderful and nurturing. So I'm very happy that you all managed to get to spend some time with Ali on Safety Engine Lock number 2, talking about wisdom seen through the Creator's eyes. Now, today we're going to experience the presence of Safety Energy Lock number 3. And I have some slides at last for Safety Energy Lock number 3. Let's go have a look. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. There it is. Safety Energy. Oh, wait a minute. There it is. Safety Energy Lock number 3. So hopefully you can see that it's located just on the top of the shoulder blade, right close to the neck. It's actually proximal to the thoracic vertebrae number 3. And if you're able to read this, Mary says 3 came into the universe, meaning understanding. Oh, there's a little gap there. Oh, lots of gaps today. Door, defense against problems and discomforts. Number 3 being part of first depth and governing spleen and stomach is a lot to do with helping us boost our immunity. So the door, the defense against problems and discomforts. By applying our jumper cable, we can recharge our rundown energy battery, help tension stress in our lungs, and in turn relax our pelvic girdle. Well, that simply means that as we exhale, we expand that pelvic girdle area, and the 3 regeneration flows, kidney, liver, and spleen, need to go all the way through the pubic bone, which is part of the pelvic girdle. And when we exhale, that area expands and allows those pathways to move congruently. And it helps, number C, breathing naturally, fever and cold release, sore throat, our personal antibiotic. And there we go again, groin and foot congestions, while the regeneration flows all begin in the toes, in the foot. So, as Mary always does in these presentations of the Safety Energy Locks in Safety Energy Lock Book 2, she gives us alternatives. So let's have a look at the next slide. You could hold your right or your left middle finger, or you could hold Safety Energy Lock number 3 with Safety Energy Lock number 15, as you can see in the diagram that comes from Self-Help Book 2. So one hand is on Safety Energy Lock number 3, the other hand rests in the hip, in the groin. Now, as you know, when I teach any presentation with connecting with the energy field, I like to experiment. I like to find which side needs the most help. So now is your opportunity to connect with either the left or right Safety Energy Lock number 3 on your body and the Safety Energy Lock number 15 on your body. Whichever one feels as though it's fuller than the other, Mary would say go to that first. And then you have the choice of, you have the choice of the right middle finger or the left middle finger. Now, if you wanted to encourage an exhale, remember we can place the thumb on the palm side of either finger. If you wanted to encourage an inhale, we could place it on the back. Safety energy lock number 3 is an ascending safety energy lock, so you might want to experiment with the back of the finger to encourage that movement. If you choose to hold 15 and 3, like in the bottom diagram, the 15 will help the 3 because it's descending will help the ascending 3. Those of you that are familiar with textbook 1 will know that Mary teaches before you open safety energy lock number 3, open the 15 in the groin. So there's great wisdom here in these safety energy lock teachings in the self-help books. I'll say it again, Master Mari harmonized his condition with self-help. So don't ever overlook the safety energy locks in self-help book 2, the explanations, or any of the self-help books. And you may be delighted to know or interested to know that they're now available in ebook form. So after the presentation, I'll tell you a little bit more about that. So in the meantime, make a choice. You're either going to hold in that diagram to the left here, cross your hands, hold the safety energy lock 3s. By the way, 3 helps because it begins the mediator. Crossing our hands here is going to accentuate that crossing over from safety energy lock 3 one side through to safety energy lock number 3 on the other side, which is mediation. So we're talking about the door of life, be the smile, unload, exhale all skepticisms, receive, inhale your abundance. Know myself, it is. So we're going to work with the 4 sets of 9 breaths, as you know, and remembering the recipe from Self-Help Book 2, relax, be the dropping of your shoulders, bow your head slightly if that's easy, be the smile, exhale and unload all the dirt, dust, greasy grime and the skepticism, and inhale and receive the breath essence, which in this case is likely to be light. Be the essence within the breath. It is now know myself. So sitting comfortably, if you can, keep your back straight as possible or give it some support to the spine. And we'll close our eyes gently and we'll just drop those shoulders as if they're sinking into the groin and then down into the big toe. 4, 15, and 7. How important is that 15? Man's best friend to man's best friend, Dr. God. Occiput to hip line, groin, to big toe, and then big toe to hip line, groin, back to occiput. Left or right. 9 exhalation inhalations, holding whichever of the poses which you find most comfortable. Let us begin. Here we go. As we're exhaling, we're dropping our shoulders, letting go of dirt, dust, greasy grime, and allowing the light, the universal light from the 7th depth coming into the spine at the 6th, to spiral down the front to our big toe. And as we inhale, regenerated, cosmically purified energy light spirals back up the back to that safety energy lock number 3. And the spirals are always going clockwise. 8 more. And as you arrive in your own time, at the 9th exhalation, inhalation, the end of that cycle, as we just move into a neutral space, a 9th depth, where transformation can happen. And we become the observer of where we are, how we feel. Maybe observe and notice how you feel around that safety energy lock number 3, left or right, no matter which one you held, finger or hand hold. And the 15s, do they feel looser? Are you making that man's best friend to man's best friend connection, that whole body breath? The neutral zone, the space for transformation. Then we begin the second set of 9 exhalations, inhalations. And again, make a choice, right or left middle finger, 15 and 3, or both 3s crossed over. Do a different hold to what you were doing, like I am. And we begin the second set of 9. Here we go. Now, although Mary never stressed a particular style of breathing, through the mouth or nose, or through both, I have found by experiencing abdominal breathing, and that whole abdominal region, umbilical, hip line, pelvic girdle, will really help open up the 15, so therefore the 3s. So if you haven't experimented with abdominal breathing, it might be something that you want to experiment with. You're the artist. But allow your breath to just naturally release and receive on the inhale naturally. There's no competing, no comparing, just allowing, no doing, just being. Be. Bees make honey, don't they? And when we become the being that we are, we could live in a land of milk and honey. Maybe. It's sweet though. Life becomes sweeter when we're being. Safety energy lock number 3, allowing us to bring in the breath essence. Very close there to third thoracic vertebrae, boosting our immunity. Very, very important. Whatever is happening to us, to the world, our immune system is our first line of defense against the things we don't want or need. When that ninth exhalation, inhalation completes, again, just slip naturally into the neutral zone. Be the observer of the space in between the breaths. Number 3 is often described in terms of the harmonizer of relationships. But if you think about a pyramid or a triangle, you could say you have safety energy lock number 1 and 2 at the base, the exhale and the inhale, exhale 1, inhale 2, and then 3 at the apex. Bringing together inhale and exhale as we move down to the 15. And the 15 represents fill our hearts with joy and laughter. That's sweet. That's honey. So sometimes relationship blockages, difficulties may be harmonized by holding 15 with 3 or holding the 3. Experiment, see. So third round of exhalation, inhalations, 9 times. Here we go, in your own time. Choose whichever pose you would like. And as the 3s melt, the mediator circulates more harmoniously, our lungs expand more, the energy moves naturally down the front, up the back, our immunity is boosted, our lymphatic system moves and cleans the body of all the debris that we don't need. Feel the connection, head to toe, skin to bone. And the more we let go, the more we feel the release in the pelvic girdle all the way through to the big toe. We connect to the Mother Earth, the nurturer, which, by the way, governs, harmonizes, first step, stomach and spleen, which Safety Energy Lock 3 is part of. So this is also very much containing our earth connection, our earth wire, wiring us to that sense of connectedness, relationship with Mother Earth, all beings. As the 15 releases, we feel the muscles in the legs relax more, making a deeper connection with the earth. And recycling up to the 3. And the inhalation followed by the exhalation. Beautiful. The bee attitudes, the beauty of being, bow, bee, honey, sweet. And the 3 helps our angel wings, as it is at the close proximity to the shoulder blade there, our wings. And if we're a little jammed there, those 3s can help unjam the shoulder of the wings. And like the bee, we can fly more, or like the angel. So as we come to the 9th exhalation, inhalation, slipping into neutral, just being, allowing, becoming who we are at that frequency, observing how we feel, where we feel, what we feel, and just being innocent about it. No judgment. And then for the last cycle of 4, the last cycle, 9 breaths, making the 4. Exhale, down the front. Inhale up the back. Opening, expanding the 3s. And again, as we reach that 9th exhalation, inhalation, 36 breaths have completed that cycle. Those 36 breaths that we were conscious of will more and more become unconscious, and the body will naturally slip into that rhythm. And now you can choose to place your hands either in your groin, both hands together like this in the groin, or you can give yourself a hug, congratulate and be grateful for the breath and the being you are. And the thumbs here on the safety nose 22 are also helping the lungs, and the fingers here are on the side of the shoulder blade, which is helped by safety energy lock number 3. So whatever you choose, be comfortable, relax, allow the shoulders to drop through the 15, through the 7, back up, through the 15, and 3 and 4. So wonderful. Now this could be your practice for the next week, or part of your practice. Experiment with the middle finger or the 3 or the 15 and 3 either side, and just observe. How do you feel? Maybe that shoulder that was really stiff is a lot more supple, that groin area, much more flexible, the muscles in the leg. So practice can deliver progress. I can talk to you all day, but we need to actually become what we want to be. So thank you for being with me and bearing with the no volume at one point. Sometimes often silence is there for a good reason. There's the words of a song, I believe, silence is golden. Sometimes we don't have enough silence and peace in our life. So remember, whatever happens, no sound, loads of sound, exhale, drop your shoulders and smile. It is what it is, and as it is, it is. So I just want to give a short shout out to those of you that are keen to explore more of Jin Shin Jyutsu. There's webinars coming up this weekend, the Eoli Liebenstein on Saturday, 11 o'clock Pacific time, 2 o'clock New York time, on the joints. That webinar, you can register on our website. And there's various other courses. I'm just going to screen share a little bit so you can see what's happening. So, yeah, let's have a quick look. We have a 5-day basic seminar online, the very first one, I believe, September the 8th of 13, presented by Sarah Harper. All the dates and times are there, the organizers' details, and you can sign up by pressing the buttons. Then we have Jin Shin Jyutsu and Your Astrological Identity, September the 14th to 20th. Wayne Hackett and Carlos Gutierrez. Perspectives from Western and Eastern astrology. If that's something that really fascinates you, you can sign up here. There's the button. Then there's an online 4-day self-help class in Spanish, going from October through December with Margaretti Sarah. And you can sign up here too. And up here on the online events, you can go down each class, the online webinars, the daily meditations, the Zoom study groups, the replays, and good old Harmonize to Energize. I mentioned the online webinar, and you can click on English or Spanish. And upcoming webinars, there it is with Yoli, Jin Shin Jyutsu Clues for Healthy Joints. And there it is, webinar time 2 o'clock or 11 o'clock Pacific time. Sign up here. Basic anatomy and physiology of the joints, causes of inflammatory joint pain, etc., hosted by my comrade, Chandra Stewart. So there we are, my friends. I wish you well, and thank you again for being with me, with us, with Jin Shin Jyutsu, through all our different offerings. Have a beautiful rest of the week. Have a peaceful rest of the week. And no sound, no problem. We made it. Take care, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen, and all the other beautiful expressions of see you later, alligator. Take care.